Hey everyone, this is that day trade guy. It is January 22nd, about 9:47 a.m. Central Standard Time. Today I'm going to walk through um, my results for today um, and how my trades went. So I'll go through my tracker. I'll then look through kind of my thought process on the trades and then kind of give a bit of a reason as far as whether or not it's a good or a bad call. All in all, right now, it's all bad calls except for CMCT. That was my only decent one. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. So SXTP, that was on my initial list, and these are my first trades. My first one, I went down 5%, down 3%, up 3%. Again, small numbers. I'm only trading at about $100 a time. The second time I bought a little bit, again, pretty much at the same price point, and then wasn't able to get anything. Nothing really good here. So here, if I look at it, SXTP, here, if I just scroll down a little bit, I bought kind of early, if I'm going to be honest. I bought at a 841 for SXTP. 841 is about right here. And my reasoning for that is that I had a strong gainer here, a little bit of a pullback, and then I was thinking, hey, this is the bar, has the volume. Um, I'm in the green, I'm high, everything is looking good on a lot of the charts. I even had a buy signal back here, and it just, even at the volume, it didn't break enough. It ended up just pulling back by 845 and then stayed horizontal 850 and it's pretty much stayed horizontal after that. But I thought this was going to be kind of my breakout. I got into it a bit early, not the worst thing in the world. Um, I could have had a bit of better risk management on this one. Uh, but not the worst thing. I feel like this was a fairly decent call. It just didn't overly work out. So I had to get out of that one. And I mean, I made a little bit back. These basically canceled. Overall, I was down 5%. So note for myself, just need to be better about risk management. I want this to be less than 5%. 5% I think is a lot to lose on a single trade. 3%, 2%. I'd say I want to get 3% max. So for myself, better risk management. I need to be a bit better about that. But again, not the worst thing. Next one, CMCT right here. There's actually a few different trades I kind of did. This one, I kept kind of getting confused and having kind of false signals, but my initial gain was 3%, and then it stayed. Then I didn't really make anything, and then I made 8%, 2%, and then back to pretty much break even. So here I'll go into CMCT and see how that one's looking. And so here, scroll down. My first order was at 850 at $4.91. So 850. Uh, I wanted to actually really get in a bit earlier, um, but I don't know. I didn't have enough indicators saying, hey, this is fine. Not until about this one, but by this point, I wasn't even really watching this one. I think I was watching the other stocks at this point. Um, so being able to better watch multiple would have helped because here I would have noticed, hey, this looks like it's coming back, and then this I would have taken this as my signal. Probably had risk here, um, and then I don't know. It looks like I could have gotten maybe upwards of 540. So I don't know. It could have been like a dollar gain on this per share. So honestly, could have been really good. I got in it at 850. So I got in initially here, and this is where I got a first buy signal. So here I had light green, Started to do an uptrend. I thought this was going to kind of break out again and go more into an uptrend. I thought a lot of this was going to go up, and it just didn't. And so I had stop losses get triggered at 508, where I had sells get triggered here. So here, 508, I went from 491 to $5.08 by 853. So within 850, between here and here, I let me just go to the minute chart. That might be a bit easier. Yeah, so here was a buy signal, 851. I think I bought at 850. So here's where I really bought. I probably should have waited here. I bought here though, and then here's like had the volume, green on uptrends, and then could have sold here at the peak. Honestly, it wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world. Um, and then here it just came back. It didn't keep going up. So initially didn't hold for very long. On that, as you can see, kind of lost initially. 491, lost a little bit of money. Nothing crazy, but I thought it was going to go a little longer. Then I got back into it. Um, I got back in at $5.40 at 914. I was still kind of keeping my eye on this one. I was thinking something might happen. So 914, 99. So here I start to get a buy signal, but it's not good enough for me at this time. Still a bit of red, still really low, bit of green, but it's on an uptrend. So it's like, okay, I'll keep mine, and not enough volume. So here on an uptrend, volume's getting really close, a little bit of a pullback. I'm okay with that. And then here, it starts to spike up. It's like, oh, I should have probably bought this candle. Um, but it was just close on the volume. I wanted to break out on volume here. Not the worst thing in the world. Um, like after this pullback and after I saw, hey, this is pretty much going green, I should have bought this candle. And then here it went up. So I went from 540. I moved my stop losses. I got up to 573 is when I first sold. So 540, I got in at 914. So 914 is this bar. Again, a little late. Um, and first sell at 573 at 916. So in 2 minutes. So 2 minutes, I sell this bar, which is honestly a great bar to sell at. This one pretty much peaked here, and this bar across the top, that's kind of a line, it's kind of a resistance line where, hey, it peaked around here. It looks like we're peaking around here. This I ended up putting on here for another setup later on. Again, I got into this one probably a few too many times, um, where I was ready to get into it again because I was thinking like, hey, it might break out. But here I pretty much sold everything by 916, 917, and 918. 918, this last sell was honestly just a mistake. This was me. Um, it's not that I meant to hold it this long. I honestly thought I was fully sold out and by 917. Um, but I wasn't. I made a mistake. So that's why there's this lingering one, and this was pretty much a break even. Um, Not the worst thing in the world, but I left some profit on the table by doing that. And so, um, yeah, I can be better about uh, watching my stop losses, making sure, hey, when I am selling, just get out of the position. Um, but then here, I kind of kept an eye on it still because I was thinking maybe it does, and so maybe it breaks over this line. And yeah, buy signal here. It's like, okay, might be on a trend. And then volume went down. It just, nothing happened. And then, oh, strong signal here, strong volume. And then, oh, it was peaking up again. And I was thinking, like, hey, if this can break over this line and then whenever it has its first pullback, I'll buy on the pullback. But if it breaks through this line, then I'm buying. And it didn't. It just kind of peaked here and just stayed steady and then just has dropped. So I didn't buy back in again. So yay me. Good job, Steven. Um, and then the last one I had was SVAC. This was not originally on my tracker. This one I noticed later um, from just periodically checking the screeners. And so here I'll pull it up. This one honestly was just me kind of getting into it late. It wasn't on my radar until after the first big game. Um, so after this, then I kind of picked it up probably around 9:15 or so was when I first noticed it. Might have been a little later. Um, and I don't know, I kind of got into this probably around 9:30. So I guess 9:30 was when I noticed this stock. Um, so by 9:30 or so, it's like, oh, some gains here, and then some good volume on this one. It's like, okay, it might go up anymore. So 9:28, I was thinking like, okay, it's on the uptrend. 9:30 was when I bought, and honestly, this wasn't a strong buy signal. This was me. I'm looking at the minute chart, but this was me kind of hoping it was going to keep just trickling up. And even on the 5 minute chart, 9:30 here, a little pullback, but it's just the volume wasn't there. And so this is me not following the simple rules. Watch the volume. I need to watch this. I had uptrends, I had green, but I need price action with volume uh, in order to uh, in order to really feel confident that hey, this is on an uptrend. That's what this one did. So here, if I would have gotten early, I said, okay, I could have noticed, hey, buy signal here. There's another buy signal, but here, this one breaks through VWAP, and it's a strong volume. I'm in an uptrend, so I got green, up. Here's crossover also, so it's on the uptrend, uptrend. So everything about this bar looked good. So could have, if I was watching this, I would have been like, okay, buy signal here, pull back here, keep watching. Hey, this is a strong buy signal. Even if I went to the 1 minute, uh, 1 minute chart. So here, this was the first buy signal over VWAP, and then everything's green. Everything's starting to go on an uptrend. So honestly, probably could have bought this one. Probably would have waited, bought this one, this bar here, and if I would have got here, would have went to about 11:22, peaked up around 11.73, so potential for 50-cent profit per share. Nothing crazy because then it immediately kind of comes back, kind of stays, and then kind of just hovers here. Stays fairly horizontal, but slowly starts to trickle up, and that was only if I got in that early. I didn't notice it till about 9:30, and by 9:30 it stayed fairly horizontal. No big actions. And I was pretty much out by 9:31. So 9:31 is here. I kind of kept monitoring, but again, nothing strong, not enough volume, really doing much. I mean, here, kind of something, but nothing great, and didn't turn out, which is apparent. I didn't lose very much. I had pretty good risk management on these, so it wasn't terrible, but they weren't strong signals. So here, this one, honestly, this was just a bad call. Uh, all around, I didn't have strong signals. CMCT, this one was honestly a good call. Or I shouldn't say this is a mid call. I'd say these are mid. This was the actual good call. Um, and then this one was just I held it too late. I meant to sell everything, and then this was just this is just risk management. Where good thing I had this pretty much at break even, but I missed out. I missed out on uh, some extra dollars there. And then SV, it was these are just bad calls. I had no strong signal on these ones, but I had fair risk. Let me actually give myself a little credit there. Um, but they were they weren't great, and so overall today is right here. Let me highlight that a different color. Um, so here, January 22nd, uh, my total today, I was down $3.75. That is a negative 8% change from yesterday. So not great. Going down 8% from yesterday is not great. But all in all, not that big of a loss. overall per trade is about 0.35% is what I lost. Or that's about the size, and it's like what I'm losing is about 0.57% um, per trade. And so, not the worst thing. I did a fairly decent job with risk management, um, but there was just some things that I did where it's just like bad calls with not strong enough indicators, um, indications. So had some bad calls. I also um, chased some, so I need to stop chasing um, without strong signals. And then CMCT. This one, I mean, honestly, wasn't the worst thing in the world. Um, I just need to be better about my stop losses. I need to be better about watching when I what stop losses I have. Watch how many stop losses are set. Um, because that was kind of the thing that got me on that final one. I could have probably sold pretty much everything at near my peak, and then it would have been a bit better. I would have had 10 more shares, um, if I sold everything pretty much here, and that would have doubled the gain to about like $5, and then that would have gotten me to a better break-even point with an extra $2 and something. So it would have helped cancel out some of these losses, especially the big losses early on. So it is what it is. All in all, today was a red day. Not the greatest, but that's what it is. I'm still learning. So all in all, looking back at it, let me zoom out here back to the full screen. So here, um, all in all, I have 3 red days amongst the 7 days I've been tracking. For those three, yeah, I have some losses. Early on, I had the bigger losses. Today, hey, I did it not to, I'm not going to downplay it. I had a pretty good job of not losing too much. I'm stopping early, pretty much stopped by about 9:30 a.m. Let me put that here as well. Stopped trading. I think it was closer to about 9:35, around 9:35 a.m. So I think that's something I want to make sure I keep track of where, hey, if I'm losing, I'm not having great wins, I'm not having strong enough control or good enough control of my trades. Didn't have good calls. I'm just gonna call it. Call it for the day. I had a down day. I'm still up overall, but I don't want to be chasing after something and then lose it. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna basically just try again tomorrow. Keep an eye out, see if what else I can find, and go from there. Other than that, if any of this was helpful or uh, useful for you, please subscribe, like, and provide any comments. It'd be greatly appreciated. Until then, thank you.